Since leaving Panama City and transiting the iconic Panama Canal, we've spent more than a year immersed in untouched anchorages in the Sea of Cortez and the South Pacific. From small Mexican villages to remote Polynesian islands, it's been a dream come true as we experience some of humankind's most unique cultures. While it's hard to get tired of sailing around in paradise, sometimes we need a change of pace. We arrived in New Zealand about a month ago, and we're slowly making our way down the east coast of the North Island. We've explored the charming Bay of Islands and Great Barrier Island, but the city of Auckland is calling. After not sailing into a major city for almost 2 years, for us, a city means restaurants, nightlife, and access to boat parts that don't take weeks or even months to receive. Most importantly, though, a major international airport is nearby, allowing for family and friends to visit us without a major logistical adventure. So, as much as we love island life, it's time for us to embrace the city and get ready for a new adventure. We have just pulled out of Great Barrier Island this morning, and we have about 45 miles to Waiheke Islands. And it should be a nice, easy downwind run. I'm pretty excited to go to Waiheke Islands. It's the big winery islands here in New Zealand, so hopefully we can have some nice wine and a nice dinner before we continue on to Auckland. Ready for the bacon comments.
Cook your bacon all the way.
Well, it's been a beautiful, really easy downwind sail. We have about 5 miles to go, and it was sunny, but we have a bit of cloud cover now, so we're hoping to get in there before it gets too dark and get sail for the night. But yeah, it's pretty peaceful out today. It's been really nice just doing these coastal runs, a little different than what we've been used to the last several months, and it's nice. Supposed to go drink wine today, but it's raining. It's really nasty outside, so we might have to visit the wineries another day, unfortunately. The way it goes when you live on a boat. We could brave it and take the dinghy out, but I don't want to be soaking wet by the time we get to shore. We didn't get any wine.
There's no wine on Wine Island.
But there's lots of rain.
Yeah, we thought we'd go ashore, but it ended up just raining for like 24 hours straight and being really nasty out. So we stayed on the boat, but today is a very big day because today we are headed into the city of Auckland. We're super excited to see the skyline. It's going to be really cool.
More traffic than we're used to.
There's a lot of traffic. There's jet skis, there's fishing boats, there's sailboats, there's ferries. Definitely got to pay attention. No kicking back and reading a book while sailing around here.
We could barely contain our excitement as we sailed in the harbor and the Auckland skyline came into view. We've sailed into a lot of ports over the years, but none quite as bold as this with the iconic Sky Tower standing tall above the city. Our home for the next month would be West Haven Marina, nestled just next to the Auckland Harbor Bridge and right in the heart of the city. That was awesome. Well, we've been here in Auckland for a few days and we've really just been enjoying all the city has to offer, going out to eat. We've been meeting a lot of our viewers and a couple of our patrons and we've just been having a really good time. But we're here in Auckland tied up to this marina for a couple of very specific things. And one is Gary's mom and his aunts are coming to visit us. But number two is this.
Meet Gustav. This is going to be our New Zealand touring van, and we're super stoked.
Don't worry, we're still a sailing channel. We're not converting to van life. But we really wanted just to see the South Islands, and it seems like that's the best way for us to do it.
We bought a van.
What
are we thinking?
What are we thinking? Why do those chairs say yeah, nah?
Yeah, no. I'm in this little snuggle pit.
Your new snuggle pit.
That'll work. All right. Oh, the Velcro's on. I see.
The van was already well outfitted for camping and traveling around New Zealand. But with all our camera gear, laptops, and Starlink, we needed to make some major upgrades to the electrical system. Already into projects.
Let's go. Let's get this van built out.
So what are you working on?
So we bought this van. It's got a bed, it's got a cooker, a sink, porta potty, everything we need, except a way to charge all of our camera gear, drones, laptops, and run our Starlink while we're out driving around. So I'm going to install a little power system upgrade. I'm going to put in what they call in the van life world a leisure battery, and I'm going to put in a 100 amp hour AGM battery, get it connected to the alternator so it charges from the vehicle when we're driving, and then set it up with an inverter so we can plug in our laptops and install a whole bunch of USB outlets so we can charge the rest of our stuff. So it's a good bit of tearing out of the van and installing electrical components, but it should go pretty quick.
Gary started by mounting and wiring a 200-watt solar panel to the roof of the van. This would keep our leisure battery charged while parked at a campsite for a few days. An automatic charge relay, along with a few switches and fuses, will allow the vehicle alternator to charge the leisure battery while driving, but keep the van's starter battery from being drained. This small off-grid system of a single battery, single solar controller, and inverter was a breeze for Gary after years of managing One Life's much more complicated electrical system. So Gary's been working on the van all day, and I'm gonna go up and check to see how his progress is going because it's almost sunset, and I feel like he's probably getting hungry and tired of working on the van for the day. I'm wondering if van yoga is any better than boat yoga. How's the van yoga going?
Wonderful. Almost ready for a power up and see if it works.
Really? Wow. Oh. We've got lights.
Those are already there.
But do we have power? I brought a cord to see. And it's windy out, huh? Oh, look how cozy it is.
Get in there. You want to turn the switch on?
Well, do you need the cord?
Oh, well, yeah, in a minute. We'll check the chargers, but first we need to turn it on.
All right, so what do I do first? Turn on
Over here. The top switch is the switch that connects it to the alternator. And like to the right, to vertical.
Oh, we got power. We got 12.9 volts.
There you go.
Nicely done, Garrison.
Check the USBs. So that one's obviously powered up.
Yep. Now, let's see, does it charge our phone? Yes, success.
Ready?
Yep. 14 volts.
With the van upgrade finished, it was time to head to the airport to pick up my mom and her twin sister.
This is weird, I've never ridden.
We immediately set off down to see some of the North Island's inland attractions. From racing around a mountain in Rotorua to splashing around in a geothermal waterfall, we packed as much as we could into just a few days. Sharing these amazing moments with my mom and aunt made experiencing New Zealand's sights even more special. The days passed quickly, and soon enough, we were back to One Life. There's no way we could have visitors without taking them out for a sail.
Hi there, this is Sandy.
And I'm Cindy.
And we are on One Life. I've sailed before, but this is Cindy's first sail on One Life. And we're watching them get ready. It's quite the process, but they work as a team and they've got it down to a science. We're just trying to stay out of the way.
Yep, and follow our instructions of our captain and mermaid.
So we'll check back in with you once we're underway.
The apparent wind is the one that really matters for sailing because that's what hits the sails. This is called the sheet, and it's the one that's connected to the end of the sail up there. To the back part of the sail, which would be the clue, if you want all the sailing words. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this, start to ease that out. You don't need to fight it, just kind of like nicely let it out. And then the sail will come out on that side. So yeah, that's our Genoa, and now the wind is coming from that angle. So we're kind of going into the wind, but like at an angle to it.
Yeah. And you're out of the 30 there, so that's better.
Yeah, so if you look, there's two angles there too on that thing. See how there's an orange one and a red one?
Yeah.
The little orange dot is the true wind. That's where the wind's actually coming from.
Yeah.
And then where the bigger red arrow is pointing is the apparent wind.
Oh yeah, I see the T in it.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in the sail, turn, and then let the sail back out.
With our Genoa filled, we gently cruised back under the Auckland Harbor Bridge. With the Auckland skyline in front of us and seeing the smiles on my mom's and aunt's faces, this was one of those moments where everything just felt right in the world.
Hi again. We're currently in Auckland Bay, sailing on One Life with Brooke and Gary, having a great time. A little cloudy today, but it's not deterring us at all. Gary's gave us quite the lesson on the different sails and the wind speeds and the current, and we're having a really great time.
We've learned reefing and tacking and so much that it makes my head spin, but I'm so proud of them for all that they know and for doing all this adventuring that they've been able to do. It's quite amazing, and it's very fun on this One Life.
Yeah, we're happy that they went to do all the work to get us out here today, and it's really made a great end toward our trip to New Zealand, and we've had a great time. So keep watching One Life because they're awesome.
Sweet as.
Twins in sync. There you go. That's it.
We headed back into our slip at the Marina and had one more thing to teach the twins about sailing on One Life.
Ready for your passage beers? You completed your passage. You get passage beers now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To One Life.
Sailing One Life.
I'm on my way this morning to pick up my best friend, Addie. Gary's mom and aunt haven't left yet, but we have a guest arriving. So anyway, I'm on my way. I'm trying to pay attention to driving. I'm so excited to see her. We're gonna go for a little road trip in Gus while Gary single hands all the way to Coromandel. Sorry, the whole time. Goodbye, One Life. One Life. Bye. We won't get.
Bye. Bye. Bye, New Zealand.
Bye.
Sweet as.
Sweet as.
Sweet as.
I know we've said it before, but the hardest part about this lifestyle will always be the distance we put between ourselves and our families. A week-long visit seems to fly by in the blink of an eye. Saying goodbye is always difficult, but it helps to wonder what the next amazing place on this planet will play host when we see each other again.
Super good. Yes. Hi. We untied our dock lines from the Marina berth one last time and headed over to the fuel dock. Unfortunately, just like our last attempt in Apua, our US credit cards wouldn't work at these self-service pumps. No worries though, we are a sailboat after all, and we still had a bit left in the tank.
Behind me over here is the city of Auckland, and we just spent an absolutely amazing month here. We stayed in West Haven Marina, which is the largest marina in the Southern Hemisphere, with something like 2,000 boats there. It's pretty epic, and we were able to just like hop on scooters, ride downtown, go see the city. And the highlight for me was that my mom and aunt were able to come visit all the way from New York. They traveled for like 36 hours to get here, and we had an amazing week with them. We went down to a couple places on the North Island. We went down to Rotorua and saw some thermal activity. We did a whole bunch of hiking, saw a bunch of waterfalls. We went to the glowworm caves, and it was just so cool to have them here and show them around and show them New Zealand and experience it with them. It's really rare that we get to see family. It had been a year since I'd seen my mom, since I said goodbye to them all the way back in New York and left in the Honda Element to drive to the boat in Mexico. So that was really nice. It was tough to say goodbye, but I know I will see them again soon. And right now we are sailing out of Auckland. We are headed to Waiheke Island, and we have Addie with us, who I think you guys have seen before if you've been watching for a while. She came and stayed with us in San Blas, Panama for a little while, and she's going to be here with us in New Zealand for a couple weeks. So we are on our way to Wine Island today. It's a nice day for sailing. It's a pretty epic view just leaving the city here. Skyline, ferries passing us on all sides. It's definitely the busiest harbor we've ever sailed through, but it's a lot of fun. And yeah, new adventures ahead. Can't wait to show you what we've got in store.